Welcome back. Let us continue with the second concept, which is direct proportion graphs. The direct proportion graph is a straight line. It is a straight line mainly because when one variable decreases, the other one decreases as well. And when one variable increases, the other one increases as well. So what is key is that what is happening to one variable is happening to the other variable as well. Just like the price of fuel and the price of food. Okay, these are the steps that we need to follow as we plot the graph of direct proportion. Number one, remember, you must write the title of the graph. You must identify the variables so that you know which variable should be put away. So I'm going to take you through, but basically, in terms of the variables, remember, we are going to have the two types of variables, which are the dependent and the independent, which we covered in the previous section. So now, the dependent variable, we say we will always plot it against the horizontal. So in the horizontal is where we are going to plot the independent variable. And then in the vertical, we are going to plot the dependent variable. So I will take you through again because we are going to have these two axes, the horizontal and the vertical axis. I just drew these lines so that you can see that when I say horizontal, I mean which shape, and the vertical is which one. And from there, you must plot the coordinates. After plotting the coordinates, you then join the lines. Okay, let us practice with this first example. Use the table below to plot the graph to indicate the relationship between concentrated juice and water. This is the table of what we were doing before the break. So now you know now that we say if you have 1 glass of concentrated juice, you need 4 glasses of water. So now we come here on this graph. You must be able to read your graph. From 0 to 5, you can see that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Meaning that if we say for 1, at the bottom, you have the glasses of concentrated juice. If you have 1 glass of concentrated juice, then we say you need 4 glasses of water. So because you need 4 glasses of water, we can draw the dotted lines. And where the 2 are meeting, that is your coordinate, number 1. Number 2, for 2 glasses of water, this is 2 glasses of water, you need 8. And because this is 5, we will have 6, 7, and then you have your 8. This is 5, 6, 7, and this is your 8. So now, once more, where the 2 meet, this is your point. And then for 3, this is the 3 glasses, we say 12. And then because this is your 10, we can read from 10, it's 11 and 12. This is the point where you will have 12, and then you have 3, and this is where the 2 are meeting. And then if you have 4, we are going to have 4 and 16. And once more, this is where the 2 points are meeting. And then once you've plotted your coordinates, you can then join this coordinates with the straight line. So you just draw the line across the points that you have indicated. When I talk about the coordinates, I'm talking about the point where the 2 values are meeting. And I said you must know your variables. Then the variables that we are having, glass of concentrated juice, it is an independent variable. Then the glass of water, it is the dependent variable because it will depend on the number of glasses of juice. How many glasses of water do you need? So now, and also I hope you can see the heading, the cost of transport versus let me just rectify this. The heading that we are having here, it is not the cost of transport versus number of people. Remember, I said, you need to write a suitable heading. This was just to test you as to whether are you able to see that this heading is not relevant to what is given here. So now we need to give the most relevant heading. The most relevant heading that we are going to have is going to be glasses of concentrated juice. I would like to write my heading here. Let me go back. Sorry. The glass of juice versus glasses of water. Actually, we should put that in plural, of water. That is your heading. So whenever you have to draw the graph, remember, always you need a very suitable heading. As you saw that this heading was not suitable, then we had to replace it with the most suitable heading. Okay, so now the other thing that is important is that I hope you can see that this is the worked out example. This is exactly what we did previously. From this, if we plot the graph, we say step number 1, you add the title of the chart. We did that. You identify the dependent and the independent variable. If we go back to check, we said this is the dependent water. The independent is the concentrated juice. And then we continue. You use the answer sheet, you plot the coordinate. So once more, we can do the same with this context of skating that we've already done. We say, if you have the duration as 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have the cost as given in the table, we need to plot the graph. So let us plot the graph together. For us to plot the graph number 1, we write the cost of skating versus the number of people, because actually that is the context that we are using in this question. So now you will check which one is depending on which one. The number of people is independent. Then the cost will depend on how many people are skating. The number of people who are skating will determine the cost. Therefore, if we have to plot the graph for 1, we said if you have 1 person, is going to be 8 rand. From 50, we will have 60, 70, and we have 80. This is the first point. The second one, for 2, we have 160. This is 2. And then we come this side. We are going to have from 150, we count. This is 160. Then you can trace up to where 150 is meeting the 2. This is your second point. I did not trace the first one completely. I'm sorry. It should be just on top of this line. Okay, this is the second point. And then for 3, this is 3. And then you have 240 as 200, 10, 20, 30, 40. Make sure that as you join, you are looking at the fact that this will form an L shape. And where the 2 points are meeting, that is your coordinate. And for 4, we are having 320. This is 300, 310, and 320. So 320 and 4. So this is your point. Remember, you will be using your ruler. You don't have a reason for the graph not to be straight. So by now, because I'm just drawing with a free hand, I hope you can see I'm not using any instrument. I'm joining my points now. Joining my points and joining my points. So you can see that now this is the straight line graph. So I hope you will be able to plot your straight line graph by remembering your steps, writing the heading, writing the dependent variable. The dependent is the costs. The independent is the number of people. And when you join your points, therefore, you get your graph. And remember, once we say is directly proportional, or even if it is not mentioned, once you see that when one number of people increases, the cost of price also increases, you must just remember that your graph will have a straight line shape. And even if when the number of people decreases, the cost decreases as well, we are still going to have a straight line. But for your syllabus, we're only focusing on the increasing ones. So I want to say we've done enough for today. I'm expecting you to practice what we have learned and have a great day.